Thank you. It is just recording me. That's new.
That's weird.
Do you all hear that?
Yeah.
It is just recording me, by the way.
Okay.
Because to repeat the past I went online, you know what? She sounds a bit creepy.
It does.
All very much like Skynet is real. Anyway, what we're going to do is let's start off on our backs. So I want you to find a comfortable place. We can have the feet together, the knees apart. We can lie spread eagle. You can maybe even have the hands over the eyes. But I want you to find something that allows you to have the most contact with the floor as possible. When you're down, just take those big breaths in and out. We're just allowing the mind to wander. Just allow the body to gently settle. When you're ready, take the focus to the body. With an inhale, let's bring the knees gently up into the body. Hold them with the hands and squeeze in. Exhale, take that full body stretch. Legs long, arms overhead. Full breathing in again. We're going to pull the knees up this time. It's one hand per knee. Circle those thighs. Allow the hips to grease themselves up. And then change direction. And then releasing the feet to the floor. We want them slightly wider than the pelvis. And we allow the knees to drift from side to side. So it gives that sensation towards like the front, slightly side of the hip. Bring yourself back to center. Take the left foot to the right thigh, hands to the floor. We're working for an active figure four as we use the strength of that right leg to pull the left up. So hands to the floor, it's just the legs doing the work. Find that sensation to the side of the left arse. And then changing sides. Right foot to left thigh. Hands to the floor. Use the legs to pull up. And then exhaling, take a full body stretch. Arms reaching up. From here, we're going to make our way to all fours. You can do that by rolling onto your side, or perhaps the knees come up, the hands go behind. We rock up and down. Toes spinning around. All fours. Beautiful. From there, let's take your cat-cow. So we're rounding the back, dropping the head and tucking the pelvis into that cat. Push the belly down, tilt the pelvis. Look forward. Two more, rounding. Use some strength in the hands to get that bigger arch into the back while pushing the belly down. Rising once more. And then lift. Drop. From here, we're going to go onto your forearms. Place the palms flat to the ground. We're taking that little wiggle motion up and down with the shoulders. That scapular movements. So you arch back and forth. And find some stillness. Let's tuck the toes. Take a breath in. With an exhale, we're lifting the hips just for a moment into that dolphin. Keep the floor pressing away with the shoulders. Then with an inhale, let's drop the knees. Exhale, push back, find a child's pose. Remember, at any point that you want it, you take child's pose as your position of rest. Doesn't matter what I'm saying or doing. When you're ready, we're going to rise up. All fours. From here, we're going to slightly move that left knee back as we go into a thread the needle. So it's an inhale, lifting the left hand. Exhaling, perhaps dropping the elbow to the floor. 2 more. Inhale, we lift. Exhale down. 3rd and final time. Up. And then as we drop, perhaps we want to slide that arm further through, allowing the shoulder or the side of the head to come down. And then from there, unraveling. All fours. Slide the knees parallel. While the right leg goes further back. This time's righty. Inhale up. Exhale down. Perhaps the elbow touches the floor. 2 more. Lifting. And then down. 3rd and final time. Up. And then down. Perhaps it's the elbow. Maybe you're sliding the arm further down. Shoulder and head dropping. Unraveling back to all fours. From here, let's tuck the toes, take a big breath into the belly, and lift up to find that downward dog. Perhaps a paddle into the heels, a little wiggle of the hips. When you're ready, allow the feet to walk forward to meet the hands and hang nice and heavy. That next breath in is going to ripple you up to standing. Beautiful. Good time for a drink. Or making your way to the front of your mat. We're going to work through the 3 sun A salutations. So to the front of the mat. We want the toes pointing forward. Next, move yourself in hip distance. Glutes engaged, shoulders heavy down the back. We want to feel as tall as possible. From here, to breath in as we lift the arms up. And look to the thumbs. Exhaling, hips back, hands forward and down. Breathing in, we lift and flatten the back. Exhaling, hands down. Step back and find plank. From here, we're going to modify. So let's drop the knees. Untuck the toes. From there, it's an exhale as we lower to the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, we push back and up, downward dog. So want those knees soft, the hips are high, and we're pressing the ground away with the hands. And that length of the spine. I'm taking 2 to 3 more breaths. With that next breath in, let's soften the knees, look to the hands, and step forward. There's an exhale as we fold into the floor. Breathing in, flatten the back, lift the chest. Exhaling, let it go. Fold again. From here, it's a big breath in, push the ground away, reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, down to standing. So we go back to the start. It's Tadasana, this mountain pose. Feet strong, legs long, Shoulders heavy. Big breath in, lift the arms up, and we look to the thumbs. Let's exhale as we fold, hips back, body forward. Breathing in, lift and flatten the back. Exhale, hands go down. It's back to your plank. You're welcome to drop the knees, or maybe with an exhale, we're going to float all the way to the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest into the little up dog or cobra. When we exhale, toes and rise back. Downward dog. Remember, we can move the hands and feet, they're not stuck. Maybe you want to reposition to find that extra height and length in the spine. Breathing deep into the belly. When you're ready, soften the knees, look to the hands and step forward. That exhale as we relax into your forward. Breathing in, lift and flatten the back. Exhaling, we fold again. Breathing in, push the ground away, reach the arms up, find the height. And then exhale, down. Round 3. Breathing in, arms up. Exhale, folding. Breathing in, flatten. Nice and fluid. Exhaling, hands down, back to plank. So we can drop the knees, we can float to the floor, or maybe we go halfway with an exhale for chaturanga. Inhaling, we lift the chest, up dog. Exhaling, we rise. Downward dog. Take a big breath in through the nose, and a sigh through the mouth. Allowing the knees to drop, the hips to push back, finding child's pose. Allow the body to set off about 3 breaths. The next breath in, we're going to rise up all fours. From there, working into that gate pose, extending left leg out to the side. Toes pointing forward, find that stretch in the inner thigh. Just that rock back and forth. From there, changing sides. Right leg out. Few breaths back and forth, and then we're going back to all fours. Rising to a downward dog. Feet as wide as the hips. The hands walk you backwards into that folded Uttanasana. We're going to that bind this time. So the first 2 fingers of each hand around the big toe. A breath in as we lift the chest, finding length. And then with a deep exhale, bend the elbows and pull yourself deeper. Remember to soften the knees if it becomes too intense. Breathing into the belly. And perhaps exhaling to get a little bit lower. Your next breath in releases the fingers. Exhaling to relax. Inhale will draw you up halfway. We exhale here. Inhale, squeeze your backside and rise to standing. Gripping the floor. Fabulous. Good time for a drink. We're going to make our way towards the front of the mat. Again, drinking if we need it. So we're going to work into a 7B variation. We're going to work at 3 different levels. Remember, you're welcome to stick with whichever level you want. This is all just about hips and twists. So we're going to work into a chair. Take the feet slightly wider than the hips. Toes will turn out slightly. Good. And then from here, there's a big breath in as we push the hips back and lift the hands high, finding chair. Exhale, taking one more breath in. And next breath out, drop the hands down, and we are stepping the left foot back, dropping the left knee, finding that lizard. You'll lift to the chest. And then when you're ready with the breath in, we're rising, hands up. Finding height. Pausing. And the next breath in brings the hands down. We're coming back to all fours or plank as we vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Taking one more breath in. And when you're ready, we're rippling forward, dropping the knees down to all fours. Left foot steps forward, so we are on the other side. That kind of energy is dragging you forward. Feeling the chest lift for a moment before we inhale to rise. Hands up to the sky. And exhaling, settling. Next breath in, hands down. Back to knees or plank, and we vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Downward dog. You got 3 breaths here, or maybe 3 breaths in child's pose. It's up to you. Pressing the ground away, finding the height in the hips. When you're ready, those knees soften. Look to the hands and step forwards. And settle into that forward fold. The arms and the head relax. We're taking a breath in as we are rippling the back up straight. Take the hands behind the head. Exhale here. Inhale, rise to standing, engaging your backside or dropping the hands. Beautiful. Round 2. Perhaps we need to reset the feet, allow the toes to turn out. And then from there, to breath in, drop the hips, lift the hands, find chair. And exhale, breath in or out. This time as we exhale, the hands go down. We'll step back with your right foot, drop the right knee, finding that lizard. This time we inhale, hands rise up to the sky. With your next exhale, we are twisting to the left. So it's right hand forward, left hand back. And the breath takes your right hand to the floor, left hand up. We're breathing in to continue it round. This time again, it's back to knees or plank as we vinyasa. Down, up, and back. One more breath here. Full rippling forward. Knees down. And it's right foot forward. So the other side. That sensation into the hip before we inhale, lifting arms up. Exhaling to settle. Breath in to find height. Then exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. And when you're ready, lefty comes to the floor, right hand's reaching to the sky. The next breath in continues that arm going forward and down. Again, perhaps it's knees or it's plank as we vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Downward dog. Again, you're welcome to take 3 breaths in child's pose. So you've got 3 breaths in this downward dog. Looking to the feet as we press the ground away. Perhaps finding softness in the knees. Just like tuck into the pelvis. Then wherever you are, we're all going to step forward and meet in that forward fold. That nice relaxed upper body. Next breath in as we lift the hands behind the head and the body up halfway. Exhaling here. Inhale, rise to standing. And exhale to drop the arms. Beautiful. So this third round is a repeat of the second. However, we're going to be at a high lunge rather than a low lunge. So refinding your feet, returning the match. Then next breath in, drops the hips. We find the hands lifting into chair. When you're ready, that exhale, hands down. Let's step back with the left this time. Remember, we're keeping the left knee up if you wish as we rise to a high lunge. Hands to the sky. Both knees nice and soft. Next breath in fills the belly. And exhale, we're twisting to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. And from there, with your next breath, let's guide left hand to fall, right hand to sky. For continuing that hand around. We're stepping back to knees or plank. And then lower. Lift into a back bend. Rise to a downward dog. One more breath here. Then however you wish, let's step lefty forward. Rise to that high lunge. When you're ready, exhaling, we're twisting to the left. Nearly forgot that bit. When you're ready, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Continuing it around, left hand drops. It's back to plank or knees and vinyasa. Down, up, and back. Beautiful. And next breath in, drops the knees down. Keep the hips where they are. Allow the hands to walk forward. I'm going to take a puppy pose. Allowing perhaps the head, the chin, or the chest to drop. And your next breath, allow your hips to push back, finding child's pose. And from there, we're lifting all fours. Slide that left leg out once again for your gate pose. We're going to work to a twisted version this time. So weight into the right hand, and with an inhale, it's the left hand that's going to lift up to the sky. And exhale, perhaps we're dropping the elbow down again, or maybe it wants to continue underneath the right side as we drop the shoulder and the head. For unraveling. Back to all fours. Onto the other side. Oof. Right leg out. Find the level of stretch that you want. Weight into lefty as we inhale, right hand up. Exhaling. Perhaps elbow down. Or maybe you want a bit more. You want to reach further, allow a deeper twisting sensation. For unraveling back. To all fours. Once again, we're rising up, downward dog. Take the feet as wide as the hips. Soften the knees as you walk the hands backwards. So you've got the option to go for your fingers around toes. And nearly said toes around fingers, that would be weird. Or we can work for a slightly more bendier position, Padhastasana. And this one is where we lift the foot. Slide a hand underneath it, palm to sun. And then work onto the other side. Take a breath in as we fill the chest. And then exhale, relax. Allow the tension from the feet to stretch through the arms and the shoulders, to drop the head. Remember, the knees can soften. Or maybe it's too much and you don't even want to do it. It's absolutely fine. One more breath wherever you are. And when you're ready, release whatever bind you've got. Hang heavy. Take the deepest breath into the belly, and we're going to ripple the spine up. Imagine the hands are holding something heavy. And that ballast, that way that they almost keep the body dragging down as you roll up. Rising, standing, head lifting's last. Take that big exhale. Pause for any dizziness. Better than poppers. Again, we're going to make your way towards the front, the center, whatever. Doesn't really matter. We'll work into some standing. So we're going to go for a classic tree pose. And we're going to also go for a little standing pigeon. With a standing pigeon, I'm going to give you a few more options to work into it. Bring yourself to the front of the mat. Feet as wide as the body should feel supported. Toes almost gripping the floor. From here, we're going to shift the weight onto the right foot. Keep looking to the middle distance. When you're ready with an inhale, we're going to draw the left foot either to the ankle, the calf. If you really want to, you can wedge it into the thigh. Push the floor away with that right foot. Find the height into the hip. And be squeezing that left foot cheek to pull the left knee out. Maybe for balance, let the hands to the chest, or maybe out to the side. The wobble means it works. 2 more breaths. Then with an inhale, release the foot wherever it is. Keep the knee up and exhale, stamp it down. Take a breath in, lift the arms high and wide. Exhale, fold. And then ripple up. Shifting onto the other side. Weight onto lefty. Take that breath. When you feel settled, with your eyes, the right foot to the ankle, to the calf, or maybe into the thigh. The height of the foot brings nothing to the pose, to the shape, rather than stretching to the kneecap. Really, the focus of this is the hips. Find the height in that left, that standing leg. Squeezing the right butt cheek so we can pull the knee a bit further back. Hands wherever we need them. And next breath releases the foot. Exhale, stamp it down. Arm forward, breathe again. Exhaling, down. And then a rippling up. Beautiful. So we're going to go into a standing pigeon. This is one of the poses where if you want to hold on to something, like a wall or a cabinet or whatever, you can. So remember to do it with the non-standing side. So from here, we're going to shift the weight onto the right foot. A breath in, and from there, we're going to pull the left foot across perhaps the right thigh. Maybe this is all we want to do. Perhaps if you'd like to go deeper, we can try and get the right hand to the left foot. And again, this is a good place if you want to hold on to something, hold on to something. This is great. You've got 2 free hands, perhaps we're taking the other hand to the knee, lifting just a touch higher. Use the arms, they're there for a reason. I can feel my biceps working in this. One more breath. Then release. Stamp that foot down. Take a little shake of the legs. One more forward, so it's up with the arms as we breathe in, and it's an exhale down. Lifting. And down. So again, shifting the weight over. And picking up that right foot across the left knee. The reason why I'm doing this is actually it's a better way to stretch the hip than perhaps a floor pigeon, which can just be really stretching the lower back. Not a bad thing, but if we're focusing on the hip, this is the hip. Lefty wants to perhaps go to a right foot. Maybe bringing it up a bit higher. Again, perhaps just holding onto something or not. Maybe we want to hold the knee and try and take it just a bit further. That next breath again releases. Exhale to stamp it down. Bring yourself back to the mat, and we're going to vinyasa. So arms up this time. Forward. Back to plank. Lower. Lift and rise. Beautiful. When you're ready, bring yourself down to all fours. So from there, we're going to work into a tiger and a little side plank. So all fours, make sure those fingers spread wide, hands under the shoulders, knees under hips. Kick, left leg back. Toes point down, and roll that foot in line with the backside. Take a breath in as we draw right arm forward. So feeling as if the belly button is pulling you up. This might be as much as we work. Or maybe with an exhale, bending that knee, we can reach the right arm back. Perhaps it doesn't reach, but this is working. Or if you can bind, perhaps we're pressing for a stretch. And whenever you are, it's an inhale back or long, exhaling down. Excellent. From here, we're going to kick that left leg back long once again. Drop it in line with the right. And with an inhale, we can twist that left arm up if you're kneeling side plank. Perhaps this is good. Or maybe if you want to push that left, not the left, push the right foot into the floor, we can lift the left leg up for this little quarter moon. The belly, the hips, and the backside working. And then with an exhale, hand and knee down. Push back. Child's pose, just around through the body. Or rippling up. We're going to repeat it on the other side. So kicking back the opposite leg. So in my case, it's right. Inhaling, left arm forward. Again, this works just as well. Or maybe it's a bend of the knee. Now reach back of the arm. Perhaps they meet, or perhaps they don't. You can't hold it, reach for it. That active strength works often better than this sort of passive twist, passive stretch. There's a twist, I guess. When you're ready, release. Inhale. Exhale down. Working for that little quarter moon on the other side. So right knee goes long. You put it down in line with the left. Push the weight over with your breath in. Right hand's lifting. Perhaps you're going to press that bottom foot into the ground. We're lifting the top leg. When you're ready with an exhale, hand and knee down. Drift back, child's pose. When you're ready, rippling up even. So optional vinyasa. Work with me or just meet me in downward dog. So maybe knees or plank, lower, lift and rise, downward dog. We're working with the right side. So lifting the right leg to a legged dog. Maybe bend the knee and allow the hip to open. Before we exhale to step, right foot forward and rise to a warrior two. So right foot forward, left foot out at 90 degrees, bends into the knee. Hips out, hands up. Looking to spread the body as wide as we can. Keep working into the hip. One more breath here. And the next inhale, we reach forward, exhaling up to reverse the warrior. Then your next breath draws forearm to thigh. Lifting left hand up, your side angle. One more breath. I'm going to look to the right foot as we inhale back, warrior two. Exhale to settle. Again, we reverse that warrior. So inhale forward, exhale up. And your next breath perhaps is forearm to thigh. Or maybe that right hand wants to reach lower towards the floor. Looking to either hand, whichever you wish. And then with an exhale, let's bring the left hand down. Allow the body to rotate as you drop the left knee. Take a little rock back and forth into the hip. And shimming back. All fours. Again, optional vinyasa or meet in downward dog. So perhaps it's up, down, lifting, rising. We're all in downward dog as we work on the left side. So the left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Perhaps there's a bend and a twist of the hip. Either way, we're stepping it forward. Allow that right heel to drop and make your way to a warrior two. So nice long stance, a good strong bend into the left knee. Hips to the side, arms up high. Two more breaths to settle. Feel the body trying to expand. Take up as much space as possible. Next, we've got that reverse warrior, so it's an inhale forward with the left arm, exhale up. Next breath draws forearm to thigh, right hand up to the sky. One more breath. We're all looking to the left foot as we inhale back. Warrior two. I'm going to repeat that and give you the option to go deeper if you wish. So it's forward with an inhale. Exhale up to the sky. And we're going back, forearm to thigh. And again, if you want to go deeper, perhaps lefty wants to go deeper. Right hand reaching up. Either way, there's some leverage of arm against leg for that twist. And exhaling. Right hand down, allow the body to rotate, dropping the right knee. Just take that rock back and forth in this kind of lizard position. And we're sliding back, all fours. Take a child's pose and settle. Breathing in, lifting, all fours. Good. So going to be nice to slow and skip the vinyasa. So we're going to rise to downward dog. And again, we're working with the right side. So lifting the right leg high, three-legged dog. Maybe it twists and opens. Perhaps you want to stay here for an extra breath, or you want a bit more fire. There's a squeeze of right knee towards elbow, or kicking back and up. Three-legged dog. When you're ready, we're going to step forward. And this time we're rising to a high lunge. Feet as wide as the body, hips square to the front of the back, mat even, knees soft. Feel heaviness in the shoulder blades, perhaps palms face forward. One more breath here. And as we inhale, arms lift and the legs straighten. Exhale, we're going to twist out to the left and plant that left foot. So in this kind of like standing star, correct as well, your triangle pose. From here, let's reverse that triangle. So reach the right hand forward. Then exhale, go up. Find height and length. Then back to center. Breathing in, hands draw to the chest. Exhale to settle. Take a big breath in as we allow the body to rotate towards that right foot. And then exhale. Push the chest forward. Kick the arse back just a little bit. And work into kind of all this sensation. A big breath in as we draw back and unravel. And work into the full triangle. Breathing in, right hand reaching forward, left hip's going to pop back. When you go as far as you wish, we exhale down. Perhaps that hand comes to the knee or thigh, maybe the calf, the ankle, or the floor. We look to either hand. Doesn't really matter. We are looking for one long line, hand to hand. Need one more breath. We're all going to look down to that right foot as we inhale to rise. Drop the hands to the hips. Beautiful. We're going to step the left foot slightly wider as we allow the hips to rotate back towards the front of the legs. Legs long, heels down. Take a breath in as we squeeze those shoulder blades back. Soften the knees if you've got shitty hamstrings. Then exhale, push your arms backwards, allow the chest to draw slightly forward. Beautiful. Next bit's a bit clunky, but it works. So wherever you are, let's release hands to the floor inside of the right foot. Perhaps taking a step back with the left, drop the left knee down. We're back into that lizard, little rock back and forth. And from here, let's continue those hips going back. The right leg straightens, the back rounds. Those right toes are lifting up to the sky. We're breathing in, forward. We're drawing back. Knees or plank as we flow. So down, up, and back. Downward dog. And it's lefty side we're working with. So taking the left leg up, three-legged dog. Maybe there's that bend and open. Maybe you squeeze knee to elbow. Or kicking back up. Either way, we're stepping forward and rising to a high lunge. Knees soft, shoulders heavy. If you're finding it really wobbly, take the feet wider. It's generally the case. And next breath in as we inhale, legs straighten, arms lift. Exhale, twisting to the right as that right heel drops. A little standing star. First thing is going to be the reverse. So it's an inhale forward with the left, exhale up. And back to shoulder high with the hands. Breathing in, hands to the chest. Exhale here. Inhale, turn towards that left foot. With an exhale, push your arms backwards, allow the body to lean slightly forward. Remember to bend the knees if it becomes too much at any point. Breathing in, we're unraveling back. Legs long, arms long. Going into the full triangle, so it's a breath in as we reach left hand forward. Go as far as you can, or you want, exhale down. One long line, hand to hand. Working into that twist and that opening of the side body. When you're ready, we're all going to look to that left foot as we inhale. Back to standing. Drop the hands to the hips and step your right foot slightly out. So get those hips turned to the front. Breathing in, draw those elbows backwards. With an exhale, hips back, chest forward. And that next breath, let's release the hands to the floor. Making your way down onto that right knee. And a little rock back and forth. And when you're ready, the hips continue backwards, allowing left knee to straighten. And when you're ready, draw the body up. Slide yourself back, gentle pause. When you're ready, make your way onto your backside. Good. So take the legs wide. Remember to put yourself into a cushion or a block, whatever you're in, or bend the knees. This feels not nice. For bending the knees, it's going to be harder, but try and keep those toes pointing up. We'll work into some bends and twists. So from here, we're going to take a breath in as we lift left arm up. From here, exhale, we're going to take your left elbow down towards the inside of the left knee. Perhaps the right arm wants to lift up, makes it a little bit worse. And then breathing in, we're rising up. Drop right hand to the floor. Left hand's going to come up. Swirl it around, hold to the right thigh and allow it to pull you deeper. Twisting, maybe the right hand goes behind, and we go a little bit further. From there to back to center. Working on the other side. So take a breath in as the right arm lifts. Exhale, falling down to the right with the elbow, or the arm comes to the inside of the leg. Breathing in, perhaps we want the left arm up. And the breath for rising. Left hand down to the floor, right hand's going to swirl up and over onto left thigh. Pull yourself around. And exhale back. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So a good 1.5 to 2 foot between heel and groin. Place the hands onto the ankles. We are not pulling. We are, in fact, with a big breath in, we're going to push. Allow that back to round. Chin and head to drop. So looking for a sensation kind of running down the middle of the spine. Then, with a big breath in, we can use the hands to pull the chest up. Find the height in the spine. And then with a big exhale, just relax. No pulling, no pushing, completely passive work. When you're ready, we ripple up, spin around, And make your way to the floor. Just settle for a breath or two. Bending the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor, and just allow them to swish from side to side. And from there, let's take left foot to right thigh. We're dragging the legs up and perhaps holding onto that right thigh. If you want, maybe you want to try and drive that the right leg up straight. Doing so well. Exhale, take that full body stretch before working onto the other side. Right foot to left thigh. Lifting legs up, holding lefty. And driving up with that leg. Exhaling, release, full body stretch. Find a position that feels comfortable. We're going to do just a little bit of breath work. Perhaps a hand settling onto the ribs, the legs along. There we go. All I want you to focus on is what's known as a concentric breath, where the inhale matches the length of the exhale. Perhaps we're breathing in for 3, 2, 1. Out, 3, 2, in, 2, 1. Out, 2. Doesn't matter what the length is, just the focus. Maybe we can draw the breath a little bit longer. Perhaps it's 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. Take an extra minute or two just to continue that breath as you wish. And shifting the focus back to the body, allow the breath to return to something that requires no thought. From there, gently pulling up one knee and the other. Poke them in tight, squeeze. Then let's release the left leg long, holding that right knee in. Then dragging it across to the left for that supine twist. And back to center. Legs long. Pulling left knee in. Holding, squeezing, And then dragging it across. Then we're going back to center. Pulling the knees up, holding them with your hands, squeezing. Maybe you want to go a bit deeper, hands towards the feet for a happy baby. A little squeeze, maybe a rock. And with a big exhale, release the body to the floor. Find a position that feels comfortable. Your final place of rest. Your Shavasana. Allow the body to settle, perhaps the eyes to close, the breath to soften. Allowing the breath to deepen, bring the body back into focus. With each breath, perhaps we're bringing small movement. Bend, twist, or stretch. And choosing a side, be it left or right, roll onto it. And from there, making your way to a comfortable seated position. Thank you for joining me. Putting up with me this morning, we say namaste.
Namaste, Matthew.